Hey guys, Jeff with OptionBoxer.com. So I tried my hand today at trading futures contracts, and initially it went really poorly, and I was able to come out of it a little bit. I still finished the day down, and commissions were brutal. So want to share my story with you, kind of how day one went of day trading futures. It's spring break. I'm a teacher, as many of you know, so it's spring break and we have some free time, and that may or may not get me into trouble with my trading account. Today was a particularly volatile day. If you've been keeping up with the markets, you know that there's been a couple of banks that have essentially collapsed, and I think the government has kind of taken them over. There was some movement in the treasury market, so I assume that's the government stepping in to kind of provide liquidity in the middle of what could have been a particularly red day. If you saw my last video, you know I'm kind of bearish on the market at the moment. I'm going to take a look at it while we transition to the screen now. Please know I'm not a registered financial advisor. This video is not and never will be a recommendation for you to buy or sell any security or attempt anything that I'm doing. It's just me sharing with you what I've done, and maybe you can learn something from it, or maybe you can say, man, that man's an idiot. I'm glad I'm not doing what he's doing. Finished the day down $7.50. We can go ahead and take a look at my monitor tab, and you can see here on the screen the commissions. Just goodness, I guess it's been so long since I traded options with heavy commissions. Seeing all these $2.25 charges, are really $2.62 is what it is. $2.62 each way just seems to eat up any potential for profitability. But you can see my first trade right here at 11:49, 11:47 a.m. Didn't go my way. I set a stop loss, and that stop loss got triggered almost immediately, and we'll walk through each of these trades. But after that, I was like, okay, now I remember why I don't use stop losses on my options trades. They seem to just get filled for whatever reason almost immediately. So I didn't put a stop loss on any of the other trades, and I ended up profiting on all of them. But I can tell you it was an emotional roller coaster to earn that $15 or that $12.50. It was just up and down when I was in these trades, even though I was following my own plan or my own setups. So let's go and switch over to the chart. And you can see I've got the entry candles kind of highlighted with these orange arrows. Way back here at 11:47, I got in right here on this candle. It came down about halfway, and I had kind of noticed throughout the day, like every time it crossed over, it seemed to want, let's see if I can find an example prior to this. So like price spiked above the 9 EMA line, which as you know is the line I kind of use as my trigger line, and then price would retrace about half of that bar before continuing on. And so we had some whipsaw action here as well. But so after I'd noticed that a couple of times throughout the day, you can see right here it traded again and then came down halfway. And I wasn't trying to take a large move, maybe $10, $20. So I thought, okay, well, it had gone up. It had crossed the 9 EMA, not a particularly bullish candle here, but then it crossed back down, and about the halfway point, I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this thing. And yeah, I had the stop loss there, and it was triggered pretty much immediately. It went straight to it, triggered, and then you can see it turned back around a little bit, but never would I have been profitable on this trade. I would have had to held it through this bar right here, which meant I would have probably had to hold through, maybe being down $100, $150 or so on one contract. So just insane volatility trading futures. What I intended to do is I set this trade up, and I thought it would be bullish. I knew there was going to be some more intense volatility than I was used to. So I had clicked off the screen, and I was going to go start working on a blog post or something at that moment. I mean, it was minutes. We can look at the monitor tab again. It was minutes after I got into it. I opened it at 11:47. 2 minutes later, I'm out of it. So before this candle even closed, I had already been stopped out at my stop loss point, and it was a $46 loss. But moving along, I told myself, okay, I'm done with the stop loss. I'm just going to have to monitor the charts, and that's exactly what I had to do. I watched every one of these candles today, so it was really just I would say a boring day, but it was, I mean, adrenaline fueled, nonstop all day, just kind of waiting for that one entry that made sense. And today might not have been the best day to be trading futures, or to be trading it really for the first time. Caught a pretty good setup. This was my second trade. Second trade went for $15 there. Here whipsawed me out. I got out for a break even. And then this trade right here was another one that I got in for a profit, made $10. And then this last one right here was, this last trade right here was, this was an emotional one. I guess I was playing catch up, or thinking I needed to play catch up and trying to get that money back that I was down. And it just, I got in pretty much at the top of this candle, and then it just kept going back up to the 9. And I was lucky enough to hold on to it through, I think it was about this bar when I finally got out with a small profit. But yeah, so I tried day trading futures. I ended up finishing the day down by $7.50. You can look here and add that up if you'd like to. But when you factor in commissions, I actually started the day with $3,253 in cash in my account and finished the day with $3,219. So while my profit and loss was only down $7.50, I ended up down on the day by about $35. Not a successful first attempt at day trading futures, but I do have all week. The market was particularly volatile today. If you take a look really quick while we're here together on the screen, if you just kind of look at the Treasury market, you can see just insane run up there. If you look at it on the daily chart, you can see kind of the extreme volatility compared to what it's been in the past. So we had just a huge jump up, and then it tailed off during the day. So a lot of volatility. Not a great first attempt, but once I got rid of it, you scratched this first trade where I just kind of hoped I could set it and forget it. And the rest of the day went pretty good. I mean, I just traded it kind of like I trade my options. It was fun, and it didn't quite go my way, but had a couple of successful trades. I mean, 4 profitable trades to 1 losing trade. If I had traded this the way I traded these other 4, that might have been a $20 loss. Anyways, that's my first attempt at day trading futures. Hope you guys enjoy it. And until the next video, God bless and take care.